on, folks. Keep moving, please.
Spectacular, spectacular Spider-Man. Spectacular, spectacular Spider-Man. Someone got hurt.
I can't bear to lose another beloved Spidey cartoon, you guys. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, to another very intriguing Spider-Man related video. And after a long hiatus of preventing myself from ever discussing about this show ever again, we are once again diving into the unpredictable world of Spider-Man cartoons. Specifically, we are yet again going over the very much divided cartoon that relates to Spider-Man of Marvel's Spider-Man on Disney XD. And no, your eyes didn't deceive you, but as you did see within the intro of this video, Marvel's Spider-Man is indeed confirmed to receive the second half of the second season. So even though incredible Spider-Man shows like the new animated series all the way back in 2003 and even the one and only Spectacular Spider-Man got cancelled, we still have this show to keep us afloat, I guess. Now if you guys know me, you will know that I am not a major fan of the show, and even though it does have some good aspects relating to it, I still wish that we could get something else instead of what we have now. And luckily, that just so happens to be the case, but we will be discussing about all of that later on. So to start off with the recent update relating to Disney XD's Spider-Man show, there is a new article discussing about the future plans of the series, stating Disney XD's Spider-Man returns for Goblin War. Marvel's Spider-Man animated series will return to Disney XD this year, with a new storyline, Goblin War. The storyline will be a previously unannounced second half of Season 2, which has been on hiatus since August of 2018. We've split these seasons up into multiple sections, Marvel's Senior VP of Animation and Family Entertainment Court Lane told Newsarama. The second part of the second season of Spider-Man is coming later this year, and it will be no surprise to fans of the show that the big storyline will be Superior Spider-Man. And just as Peter is trying to pick up the pieces, a Goblin War begins. I can't reveal much about the twists and turns, but there's a full-on Goblin army. Marvel did not share a specific release date for these new episodes, but say they'll begin later this year. Marvel's Spider-Man Season 2 Part 1 ended with the climax of the Superior Spider-Man arc, airing August 2018. As in comic books, it appears Peter's brush with Otto Octavius will lead into a clash with a whole squad of goblins, though their specific identities remain a mystery. So yes, just to briefly recap you guys who may have not seen the previous episodes, Harry Osborn is actually the hobgoblin within this universe and was once an enemy to Peter but is now a full-on ally to him in general. Plus, there were some major teases of seeing Norman Osborn become the one and only Green Goblin within this show's universe, and even though we have yet to see him in action as such, I do think that will be addressed in these coming episodes. And oddly enough, even though Mr. Lane said he wasn't planning on revealing any spoilers of the season, there is actually a whole nother article which dives into what the majority of the plot will entail of the upcoming episodes. And even though I won't spoil what lies in store for the entirety of this series, I will leave a link to this article in the description below. But just to summarize what Court Lane said within this other article, he did basically state that the show is going to keep its light tone for the kids who do watch it, as well as focus a lot on Superior Spider-Man and Otto Octavius. Primarily, this season is going to invest time within how Peter and Otto interact with each other, and to quote, they are going to expand on their unexpected friendship. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of how Otto Octavius is portrayed within this show, so seeing that Peter and Otto are going to be friends after the whole Superior Spider-Man incident, it seems a bit weird in my taste for a personal story. So hopefully when these upcoming episodes relating to Superior Spider-Man and the Goblin War do release, I really hope that the show creators have learned their lessons from the other seasons and the other episodes that they have distributed. And I can guarantee you that we all pretty much agree on this one point, that even though Marvel's Spider-Man the cartoon does have some good aspects about it, I think we would all much rather prefer a different Spider-Man show with a much more mature tone and even stakes to go and coincide with the narrative that they are telling. So given that the Marvel Animation Vice President is directly saying that Marvel's Spider-Man is a show for kids with an extremely light tone, that only justifies my point that I just made. But if you're excited for the show yourself, don't let me stop you from seeing the upcoming episodes releasing soon, but on the other hand, there is some really interesting news relating to both cartoons and live-action shows in the Spider-Man realm. And fortunately, rather than focusing on the Marvel animation department of their cartoons, it now relates to the one and only dynamic duo of Phil Lord and Chris Miller. So if you're unaware, Phil Lord and Chris Miller are the genius producers behind Into the Spider-Verse, and now they do have a very exciting deal relating to the future of Marvel and Spider-Man properties. And as this article states on The Hollywood Reporter, Phil Lord and Chris Miller developing Marvel TV Universe with 9-figure Sony overall deal. Now, even though what I'm about to read might seem a bit layered and complicated regarding Phil and Chris's deal, there is a lot of potential here regarding to what properties they can work on for future shows. And if there's even a slightest chance that we could receive a Spider-Man show similar to that of the new animated series or even Spectacular Spider-Man, the only people that I think can do it is Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And with my fingers crossed, the article does state Phil Lord and Chris Miller are moving their overall deal from 20th Century Fox TV to Sony Pictures TV. Hot on the heels of the animated feature Oscar win for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and in a competitive situation with multiple outlets bidding, the writing, producing, and directing duo have inked a 5-year overall deal that sources value in the 9-figure range. Under the pact, Lord and Miller will create and develop their own comedy and drama projects for broadcast, cable, and streaming, as well as supervise other writers' projects. Additionally, the pair will also be involved in developing a suite of television series based on Sony's universe of Marvel characters. Those include Spider-Man and all his villains, like Green Goblin, Venom, Morbius, and Black Cat and Silver Sable, which all have their own unique projects in the works as well. Select television projects related to Sony's Marvel characters will be produced in partnership with former Sony Pictures Entertainment co-chairman Amy Pascal. Also possibly on the table, all the beloved characters from Into the Spider-Verse. It's unclear which Marvel characters Lord and Miller will take on. This is a significant milestone for our television business, having the opportunity to work with two of the most creative forces in the industry in both our film and television businesses, SPT chairman Mike Hopkins said. Building on our strong IP and creating new franchises has been a key focus for SPE, and the best way to do that is to invest in remarkable storytellers like Phil and Chris. We are thrilled to welcome them to the SPT family, and I want to thank SPT co-presidents Jeff Frost, Chris Parnell, and Jason Clodfelter for all their hard work in pulling this deal together. The pact expands Lord and Miller's relationship with Sony Entertainment, for whom they collaborated on the film studios Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, 21 and 22 Jump Street, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The pair have multiple projects in the works with the feature studio, including The Last Human. On the TV side, all of Lord and Miller's projects will be produced via their Lord Miller Productions banner that is overseen by Aubrey Lee, who will also make the move to Sony and continue as VP TV Development and Production. Lord and Miller had been based at 20th TV since 2013, having produced series including Last Man on Earth and the short-lived animation/live-action hybrid comedy Son of Zorn. The duo next exec produced Fox's Bless the Heart animated series from showrunner Emily Spivey for 20th TV. We are so grateful to everyone at Sony Pictures Television for choosing to partner with us and expand our enduring relationship with the studio, Lord and Miller said in a joint statement Monday. Together, we aim to make groundbreaking work of the highest quality and integrity, and to place that work in convenient proximity to your eyeballs and ear holes, wherever you may be. The pact should be considered a big win for Sony TV, which had struggled to keep and land talent as an indie studio in an era in which broadcast, cable, and streaming outlets alike have increasingly focused on owning their own content. The studio last week also landed Homeland duo Howard Gordon and Alex Gonza with an overall deal after the pair departed their longtime home at the now Disney-owned 20th Century Fox TV. The deals for both Gordon and Gonza and Lord and Miller arrived after prolific producers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg departed their longtime home at Sony TV for a lucrative film and TV pact with Lionsgate. Phil and Chris have reimagined every medium and genre they have touched, said Sony Pictures Television president Frost. Whether it's television, features, or animation, they have created their own unique brand and style. We are so excited to be working with these brilliant creators and showrunners and are looking forward to collaborating with them in every aspect of television, comedy, drama, animation, and beyond. Lord and Miller's deal, which was completed before the WGA/ATA franchise agreement expired, was brokered by UTA and Ziffer Brittingham. And to finalize this entire article, with the last paragraph being extremely relevant to Spider-Man and the other characters within his universe, it does state, in terms of Marvel, Sony's potential suite of TV series could rival the long list of Disney-produced shows from Marvel Television. television. Those include multiple live-action scripted TV spin-offs from the MCU, including characters from Avengers Endgame for Disney Plus and produced via the film division, as well as Marvel TV veterans like ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Freeform's Cloak and Dagger, and Hulu's The Runaways. Hulu also has a deal for a 4-show animated Marvel universe in the works. So with the entirety of the Phil Lord and Chris Miller Marvel deal fully explained within this article, all I can say is that I think we are in for a real treat regarding all of these TV series. Whether it relates to movies, TV, or animation, Phil Lord and Chris Miller have proven time and time again that they are true masters behind their craft. And seeing how phenomenal Into the Spider-Verse was, I can only hope that whatever they have planned for these upcoming TV series can even have a shred of the quality that that film had. And even though I would personally like to have Tenace or Spectacular Spider-Man revived for a Season 2 or Season 3 installment, I do think that these upcoming TV shows are going to be a really treat for us to enjoy. But with all that said, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about Marvel's Spider-Man on Disney XD coming back to finalize its second season, but more importantly, what do you think about this Phil Lord and Chris Miller deal that they have going on? For me personally, I am not going to be watching any of the upcoming episodes relating to Marvel's Spider-Man since that show left a really bad taste in my mouth, but I am extremely excited for the upcoming Phil Lord and Chris Miller shows. And seeing how they specifically use Spider-Man villains as an example like Green Goblin and Venom, I can only hope that they do have a Spider-Man show that carries a mature tone with serious stakes and of course great animation in general. So hopefully they do take massive inspiration from the other Spidey cartoons that have come before, as well as their own unique version of Into the Spider-Verse. And until we do receive more news relating to this topic, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and peace out.